Hi guys, welcome to Zibakeriz, where I show you how to create beautiful decorated cakes, cupcakes, and so much more. So let's get started. Over here I have some piping bags that I've already colored my buttercream and placed in my piping bag with some of the gel food coloring by Chef Master. So the colors you're going to need is this fuchsia, this super red, pink by Wilton, lemon yellow by Chef Master, sunset orange, leaf green, buckeye brown, white gel food coloring, all by Chef Master. And I put a coupler on all of these piping bags so I can switch out with the different types of piping tips. So I got this using some fuchsia and some red. I got this with some pink, a little bit less pink, and then I got this with some lemon yellow, a little bit less lemon yellow, sunset orange, a little bit of leaf green and brown, a little bit of green, and then some white gel food coloring. So that's how I achieved all of these beautiful colors. And I'm going to show you the different types of piping tips that I'm going to be using. And I have a couple of each for them, but you could actually just have one since we have the coupler. So this is the Wilton tip number 104. It's narrower on one side and kind of larger on the other. Then I have the Wilton tip number 102. It's a smaller version of the tip 104, narrow on one side and a little bit larger on the other. Then I have the Wilton tip number 81, which is kind of in the shape of this U. Then I have a Wilton tip number 352, which is the leaf tip and it's in the shape of this beak. So I have two of these, as well as a Wilton tip number 3. I have a couple of these, which is the round tip, as well as Wilton tip number 2, which is a slightly smaller tip number 3. So I have 3 of these as well. Then you're going to need a Wilton tip number 67, which is a leaf tip, and then a Wilton tip number 233, which is a grass tip, and lastly a round tip number 12 by Wilton as well. So over here I have all my cupcakes and I've already crumb coated all of them. So now we're just going to start decorating. So for the first flower I have the pink buttercream in the yellow. This one I fitted with a Wilton tip number 104, and then for this one, which is the grass tip number 233. So we're going to start off by holding our piping bag a little bit at an angle, kind of creating different sizes of ruffles to create our ruffled peony. So you want to go on the edge, kind of create this long kind of wiggle motion. Some petals can be longer than the others. Just make sure that you are holding your piping bag at an angle. As you get to the second row, you can see that your piping bag is going to lift a little bit, and you want to make sure that the narrow side is facing upwards and the larger side is facing towards the bottom. And we're going to make our petals slightly smaller than the ones that we made on the edge. So you just kind of want to create this wiggle motion, so you're kind of creating this ruffle effect. And once you make it to the third row, I'm starting to make smaller ruffles, and the piping bag is angled a little bit more upright now. So just create small little petals. And at this point I have a gap in the center, so I'm going to fill that in with the grass tip number 233. So you just want to apply pressure and then kind of lift upward. And this is going to create the center for our flower. So once you're happy with the center, we're just going to go back in with the Wilton tip number 104 and kind of fill in any of the gaps that you see. At this point, I'm really happy with this beautiful ruffled peony flower. Now for the next flower, I have the tip number 104 on all 3 sunset orange, lemon yellow, and white piping bag. So I'm just creating this little flower shape in the center. You want to make sure that you're holding the thin side up and you're holding the large side at the bottom, and you're going to create 5 lines kind of in the form of a flower. Then you're just going to create this motion going around each one of those lines you've created while you keep rotating your hand. So you just want to carefully do this. If it's okay if your line does break, just continue from where you started off. So now that we've created one row going all around that 5 lines that we created, we're just going to do that again, slowly rotating our cupcake with one hand and then kind of creating that piped flower petal design all the way around. So it's not a difficult process, but it is a little bit time consuming. So at this point it's hard to kind of continuously go with the one motion. So you can see I keep breaking it off after each kind of motion. You just want to make sure that the narrow side again is towards the top, and you kind of apply pressure and then pull towards the end, and then you kind of lift off, and you want to keep doing that all the way around. So at this point, I'm happy with how many lines I've created using the dark sunset orange color. Now I'm going in with the lemon yellow color, following that same technique and kind of creating this pressure and then going around and then releasing and then continuing again on the next petal. So I decided to do a few different colors. So the sunset orange in the center and then with the lemon yellow. I would actually have preferred to have just left it off all the way around with the lemon yellow, but I'm going to create petals after with the white one. So you can see that I am creating the petals now with the white buttercream, following that same technique of applying pressure and then kind of fanning out and creating this ruffled petal. So I again use the Wilton tip number 104 on this one as well, but if you don't have as many piping tips as I do, it's perfectly fine. You can just continue to use the same piping tip on the next petal and it'll actually transition into the next color, so you don't even have to take out the color. It's going to give a nice natural gradient transition to your next petal as well. So at this point, I'm really happy with the way this beautiful English rose turned out. So now for the next flower, I'm going to need a Wilton tip number white 104, a Wilton tip number 2 for the yellow, and then the round tip number 12 with the green. So I'm going to create this white chrysanthemum daisy. So with the Wilton tip number 104, we're creating these beautiful petals. So you're going to start from the center kind of, and then go all the way around and then pull down. You want to follow that same technique all the way around the edge of your cupcake. So you start kind of towards the center, go around and then pull down, and then you start your next petal. So start from the bottom, kind of go up around and then pull down, and you want to go all the way around the edge of your cupcake. So the more of these petals you create, the more easier it's going to get, because the motion is very much the same all the way around and it's very consistent. So once you've gone all the way around, we're going to kind of create that same technique halfway overlapping on our previous petals, but this time the petals are kind of slightly smaller, but you are kind of creating that same technique where you're applying pressure, going around and pulling down. And once you have the second row complete, we are going to leave the center gap a little bit empty. So now taking our green buttercream that was fitted with a Wilton tip number 12, we're just going to apply pressure until we create this center dome. And once we have this little dome in the center, I'm going to take the yellow buttercream that's fitted with a Wilton tip number 2, and we're just going to create small little dots to kind of fill the green dome that we've created in the center. So this doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to apply a little bit of pressure, lift up, and kind of cover the green dome as much as possible. So there's no right or wrong way of doing this. You just want to kind of add a little bit of dots, and that's what's going to create this realistic flower effect. So a lot of the times I know you guys do stress out why your flowers aren't turning out the certain way that you want it to. I just wanted to let you know that it's okay. Just keep practicing and they will get better every single time. Just kind of have fun with the process. Don't over stress it, and you will end up with beautiful flowers, and you will learn a few tips and techniques along the way. So now that I'm happy with this beautiful chrysanthemum daisy, for the next one we're going to use our dark pink, our fuchsia buttercream, and the lemon yellow. So taking a Wilton tip number 104, we're going to kind of create this petal and then fold with on top of that same petal. So apply pressure and then fold and then pull it back down. So we're going to do this all the way around the edge of our cupcake. So it's not too difficult. We're just applying pressure, overlapping on our previous petal, kind of creating this wiggle motion, pulling down. So you want to just apply pressure, fold, and then pull down. And I'm doing this with the dark pink buttercream color that I created. Now that we've created that all the way around, I'm going to take the darker fuchsia buttercream that we created, and I'm just going to fold that on the halfway on the previous petal. So following that same technique, but you can see the petals are slightly smaller. So I forgot to mention this, but I'm still using the Wilton tip number 104 for this petal as well. And then using the white buttercream, I'm just creating the center using the Wilton tip number 233, which was the grass tip. So now that I'm happy with this flower, for the next we're going to take our pink buttercream, our yellow buttercream, and our leaf green. And taking the dark pink, we're going to take our Wilton tip number 104, create that triangle in the center, and then kind of create the bud going all the way around, creating a spiral. Then we're going to create our petals. So starting from the bottom, kind of create that U form and then overlap halfway on our previous petal. The more petals you do create, the larger your rose does get. So I'm going to be creating 2 roses on this cupcake. So I'm just going to create this kind of in a medium size so that I have enough space to create my next flower rose using the yellow buttercream. So following that same technique of creating that little triangle dome, then creating a spiral, and then creating our petals, creating 3 petals, and then creating that form where we start from the bottom, go up, and then pull down to create our petals. And we're going to overlap halfway on our next petal. And I'm just going to do that so that I have 2 medium-sized roses. So I feel like I can add in 1 more petal for my yellow rose. So at this point I feel like it's complete. So now taking my green buttercream, I'm just going to create my leaves using the Wilton tip number 352. So the more pressure you add, the larger leaf you're going to get. And when you kind of create this back and forth wiggle motion, you kind of get those leaves inside of those rippled effect in your leaves. So at this point, I'm really happy with those 2 flower bouquet cupcake. So now for the next buttercream flower, we're going to create our chrysanthemum. I have the dark yellow buttercream and the light yellow buttercream, both fitted with a Wilton tip number 81. So near the edge of the cupcake, I'm just going to apply pressure and then I'm just going to lift up. So I'm going to kind of create this gradient going from a darker chrysanthemum from the edge, kind of going towards the lighter on the inside. So again, this isn't a difficult flower to create, but it does require a little bit more patience. And then we're going to start on the next row, and you're going to kind of halfway overlap on the previous petal, following the same technique of applying pressure and then lifting up. And you can see the closer you're going to get towards the inside, your piping tip is going to angle more and more upright. So right now we're still kind of angled on a side, and then as we're getting towards the center, we're going to start angling a little bit more straight. So you just want to make sure that your buttercream is kind of firm. If your buttercream is too loose, then your petals won't hold their shape nicely. So at this point, I've switched to the next piping tip, which was the lighter yellow. And if you don't have 2 of the piping tips, it's perfectly fine. You can just use the same piping tip on the next petal and it will create a nice natural gradient towards the center. So you can't tell the difference too much on camera, but there is a slight difference where it went from darker to yellow in the center. But at this point, I'm really happy with the way this chrysanthemum turned out. For the next flower, I'm going to use the dark fuchsia pink buttercream and the light pink, both fitted with a Wilton tip number 104. And I'm going to create a Gerbera daisy. So again, you can see I'm creating small little petals on the edge, and you can see that they're a little bit smaller. So, and then we're just going to kind of create pressure and then pull down. So you can see it's that same technique like we did with the chrysanthemum daisy, but we're using smaller little petals going all the way around the edge of our cupcake. So now I'm going to follow that same technique, kind of creating the same petals, but overlapping halfway on our previous petal. So our piping tip is angling a little bit more upright now. So you just apply pressure, create this upward U motion, and then pull down. So at this point, I'm going to actually introduce a new piping tip that I haven't showed earlier. And that's basically an Ateco tip number 227. And this is basically kind of the same as a chrysanthemum, so kind of in the shape of a U, but it kind of gets cut off in the center. So kind of creates 2 nice patterns when you are creating the center of your bud. So I've added this towards the light pink, but if you don't have this piping tip, that is perfectly fine. You continue to create your petals using the lighter pink towards the center, and that's going to create a beautiful flower. Or you can fill the center with the grass tip, or just fill it all with some black dots in the center with a Wilton tip number 2. So you can see using this tip, I'm just going to apply pressure and lift up, and I'm just going to do this all towards the edge, but I'm just going to leave a little gap in the center. So once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to take my grass tip and then using the light yellow color, I'm just going to fill that in the center. I do have a little bit of that green buttercream on that tip as well, so it's going to give a natural 2-tone color in the center. So you just want to apply pressure and then lift up. So at this point, I'm really happy with the way this beautiful Gerbera daisy flower has turned out. So now moving on to the next flower, I'm just going to create a daffodil. So taking the Wilton tip number 104 for the sunset yellow and for the soft pastel yellow, I'm just going to create these petals. So you want to make sure that your piping tip is completely laid flat against the cupcake, and you're going to create this upward motion and then kind of fold fully down, and bringing towards the center and then pull down. So you just want to apply pressure, go all the way around, and then pull down, making sure that your piping tip is laying flat against your cupcake. Then taking the sunset yellow, and we're going to create a spiral, making sure that the thin side is facing upwards. And then I'm just going to go back and kind of create a few more of those petals, applying pressure and then pulling down. So once I'm happy with the additional petals I've added to the flower, taking the same piping tip, I've added a Wilton tip number 2 to this, and I'm going to just add these little buds inside that orange spiral we've created. So you just want to apply pressure and then lift up. And at this point, I'm really happy with the way this beautiful daffodil has turned out. Also, I'm really happy with the way these beautiful buttercream floral cupcakes turned out. I hope you guys learned a few tips and techniques along the way, and I hope you guys do give this a try for Mother's Day. They will definitely make Mother's Day more special. Also, if you have any other suggestions on video you would love to see from me, I would be more than happy to hear that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.